1998. A garage. Two students. One idea. They didn't know it yet, but the world was about to change. Larry Page wasn't building a search engine. He was mapping human thought. PageRank. Links equals votes. Simple, brutal, unbeatable. 1999. 0% market share. Yahoo, AltaVista, Lycos, all giants. Google, a whisper. 2000. Don't be evil. A slogan, a weapon. 2004. IPO, $23 billion. They didn't fight the giants. They absorbed them. Gmail, Maps, YouTube, Android. Each product, a moat. Each user, a data point. Each click, $1. But here is the thread no one pulls. The original sin. Larry and Sergey weren't alone in that garage. Scott Hassan, the engineer who wrote 80% of the original backrub engine, the search that became Google. He was offered founder status. He declined.
He was the ghost in the machine. Hassan didn't chase fame. He took 160,000 shares for just $800.
Today, that stake would be worth nearly $13 billion. What if he stayed? Would Google be different? Hassan's left before the ink dried in 1998. He'd already built e-groups, email lists for the masses. Yahoo swallowed it whole. $432 million, cash in hand. And he vanished into robotics. 2006, he founded Willow Garage. Not weapons, personal robots.
Up on the head, these are cameras. These are two pairs of stereo cameras. One is wide angle and color for understanding the room. One is sort of focused and black and white and is paired with what we call a texture projector.
He birthed ROS, the Robot Operating System, an open source backbone that powers 90% of the world's research bots. Self-driving cars, drones, the AI arms race. Google's initial code funded it all. Willow spun off secrets. Suitable technologies, telepresence robots. The beam bot Snowden reportedly used to flee.
That right now?
You call it the beam.
Yes, the beam. It allows you to beam somewhere. So up there's Brianna.
This is a Beam Pro smart presence system, and even though my body is physically located in San Francisco, I'm able to be here with all of you in New York. I am completely mobile and in control of this device, and on my end, I just have my laptop and am using my arrow keys.
Even Obama rolled one into the Oval Office. This was Hassan's shadow tech, quietly reshaping the world. Why did he walk from Google? The answer hides in what he built next. Google almost died twice. The first time, 2000, the dot-com bust. Servers were still piled in a Stanford dorm. Advertisers fled. Hassan's code kept it breathing. But the real kill shot? 2003. The "Don't be evil" mantra cracked. Internal wars raged over ads. Engineers leaked. We're selling souls. One buried memo warned of data poison. Hassan's PageRank ranked truth, but ads poisoned the well. What if they listened? No empire, just a library. Hassan's Willow wasn't a side gig. It was Google's dark mirror. 2010, ROS released, free, open source. Google's rivals, Boston Dynamics, iRobot, built on it. The irony? Google bought them anyway. 2013, Alphabet whispers. Hassan spun off more. Greenheart Investments. Silent billions funneled into AI research. But the divorce, that's the real ghost story. 2015, Hassan texts his wife, "We're done." Allison Wynn, Stanford scholar, partner in code, fought for half the empire, 13 billion in shares. He built a site, AllisonWin.com. Divorce terrorism, she called it. The tech empire implodes. Suitable was sold for pennies, a $400,000 fire sale. Tax dodge or survival? The man who coded Google couldn't code his own escape from the fallout. What if Hassan stayed? No Willow, no ROS. Robotics delayed a decade. Google as pure search, no Android moat, no YouTube absorption.
But let's step out of the alternate reality, because the truth is, even without Scott Hassan, Google's fate was sealed by something far more fundamental than a single engineer. The true competitive moat Google built wasn't Android or YouTube or even its search algorithm. It was the invention of surveillance capitalism. Think about the search engine for a second. We use it for free, but we pay with the most valuable commodity on earth, our data. Every click, every keystroke, every second spent hovering over a link, Google is logging it, not just to give you better search results, but to predict what you will do next. This is the key difference between Google and every other company of the early 2000s. While others chased one-off sales, Google created the ultimate data feedback loop. Think of it like this. Every time you use Google, the search results get better, the ads get more accurate, the service becomes more essential, and the more essential it becomes, the more you use it. The more you use it, the more data it collects. It's an exponential growth machine. No other company had this kind of self-improving engine. This wasn't just smart engineering, this was brilliant business strategy. But sheer efficiency wasn't enough to build the biggest empire in the world. They needed to conquer the gateways. The story of their rise is a story of three massive, bold bets that secured their position, ensuring no competitor could ever challenge their reign. The unchallengeable gates, acquisitions. The first bold bet was to buy a problem that everyone else thought was a joke, video. The YouTube coup, 2006. In 2006, Google paid $1.65 billion for YouTube. The platform was a money sink, filled with low-quality viral clips and legal copyright headaches. Wall Street thought Larry Page and Sergey Brin had lost their minds. But Google didn't buy a website. They bought the future of attention. They married their vast advertising engine to YouTube's exploding video traffic. They created the content creators, the influencers, the entire vertical industry we see today. They didn't just own search. They now owned the world's second largest search engine, video itself. The mobile coup, Android, 2005. The second and arguably most important strategic move was the acquisition of a tiny mobile operating system startup called Android in 2005. At the time, mobile was dominated by Nokia and BlackBerry. But Google saw the terrifying possibility. If a competitor, like Apple or Microsoft, owned the phone's operating system, they could block Google search from the device. Android was their defense. They gave it away for free, flooding the global market. They didn't make money directly on the software, but they made sure that nearly every single phone sold in the world had a direct, unblockable gateway to Google Search and Google services. This wasn't just a product. It was a shield built of software, guaranteeing their data collection engine could never be shut down. The price of dominance. These moves, the data loop, YouTube, and Android, created a near-perfect monopoly. They were so successful, they fundamentally changed the global business landscape. Today, Google controls over 90% of global search traffic. When you own the road, you control the traffic, and you decide which businesses succeed and which ones fail.